everybody, and welcome to Bonyeza Star Online TV, your #1 online TV station, and I'm your host, Carey. Glad to have with me the most fearless, smartest, and oh my, handsome campus secretary right now. Am I right? Okay, describe Musa Hajji in 3 words. Who is this man, Musa Hajji?
Yeah, thank you. Musa Hajji is a realistic, simple, and open-minded person. Yeah.
Okay, so the current position you are in is relatively very high. How would you describe your experience so far?
Yeah, my experience usually, the system which we had been elected was more of a new-oriented system which had never been used in any university election. That is the use of delegate system. It has been challenging in a way. The red line one is usually on how you interact with comrades.
Okay.
Most of the time you engage the students at a departmental level. And, usually you get to interact with their delegates so that you can avail their issues and their concerns directly through the delegates. So it has been challenging in a way that it is not.
So what are some of these challenges that you experience?
Yeah, first of all, you know, it's a new system, unlike the previous system whereby the students across all the departments would elect their leaders directly. It was more of a direct democracy whereby the representation was done on the students electing their leaders. But this one is more of a direct, whereby there is a class for representation of the students through the delegate system, which, if I can correlate, is more related with the United States of America election system.
Okay.
So,
running 2 dockets,
Yeah.
Mr. Hajji, how is this experience to you? What are the challenges that you experience running the 2 dockets at the same time?
yeah, mainly the challenge which is really looming, and it is at an alarming rate. Moreover, it's not in the side of the sports, because personally I'm someone who is really passionate about sports, but we are not speaking about what we do, we are speaking about what we face. You look at the side of entertainment, in the past leadership systems, it has been more of a problem in management of funds, and also in ensuring that the accountability and transparency of the office. So that has been a major problem in the process of someone like me trying to clean up the darkness which has been left by many malpractices in the system.
So unlike your predecessors, you said there are malpractices.
Kama magomrate tunauliza, tunasikia sijui ni Vibes Cartel ama mnasema ni Cartel ndani ya Somu, ni ukweli?
So first of all, one thing I would like to make it clear is that this is not the problem which Maseno University as an institution is not facing alone. You look at a national structure of what this beloved country is facing. It's more of a country which is run by individuals' interest rather than the interest of the system. What I'm trying to mean is that the interest of the system usually correlates with how we should run our country in line with the values of democracy, transparency, and equal sharing of the resources. Trying to degrade positively that agenda to universities, that these are the people who usually the dictionary define them as cartels, but I can define them as, they are just people who are getting used to the system a lot, in that they have known the flaws, the don'ts, the pros negatively of the system, and by the nature of the issues which are going around the university, they try to take advantage of the resources which have been availed to the students in my line, especially the line of sports and entertainment.
So in other words,
Unajaribu kumaanisha hakuna huyu Vibes Cartel?
They exist, and in fact, before I ventured into this office to serve the comrades, I highlighted one of the major problems, one of the major challenges facing the Office for Sports and Entertainment is the lack of accountability, transparency, and poor integrity, which has been greatly contributed by the cartels, you are saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are some of these malpractices that you say?
Yeah, you say, yeah, first of all, from the realistic point of view, you tend to find there is what you call in any institution the aspect of budgeting, the aspect of planning, and the aspect of delivery. You tend to find that this system should go hand in hand, in that when you come from budgeting, you go to the aspect of planning, and the aspect of planning leads to the policy of delivery.
So in your situation, did you actually see that you're delivering?
Now they come in between the system, in that the system of budgeting, once they get that some kind of resources have been budgeted for a particular event, they tend to distract the planning in their favor.
Now,
which will affect.
speaking of planning an event, Mr.
Yeah.
Musa, you said you're planning, you've budgeted for 200,000 Kenya shillings funds for these upcoming events. Is it that easy? Are you sure of these plans on the system?
Yeah, one thing I would always believe in is that it's good to be realistic, open and straightforward. What has been facing even most of the Kenyan institutions is what they call the malicious, that there is what you call the secrecy of the office. I don't believe in the nature that you have to keep secrets of the budget of how an organization is run in the name of keeping the secrecy of the office. As long as the funds, as long as the channeling of the funds go to the right people, and in this aspect, it's the students, then I find there is no problem in telling the students that the upcoming event we have budgeted for 274, and these are the breakdowns. Why do you have to hide?
Ngoja kwanza. Sasa nikuulize, wewe huoni kama hiyo kuposti inaweza kuwa imeleta shida kidogo? Kwanza vile au umesema cartel yako kwa nini? Kwa vibes cartel yako. So wanaweza ingilia hiyo pesa juu wamejua vile hiyo pesa hiyo.
Yeah, ni ukweli kuna tatizo kiasi yako, lakini one thing which we should be clear, one thing we should be crystal clear is that I'm not serving the cartels. I'm serving the students. They are the ones who elected me through the delegates to the office. So when I will not try to reveal the amount, the budget on which we are planning for the event, then it is as if I'm giving more time for the cartels, because cartels are good in working in the darkness. It's better to work in the light for the people. Yeah.
So how would you mind breaking the planning of these events? Just give us some of the steps that you're actually planning to do.
Yeah, usually the planning is a more of implementation stage, which usually comprises in organizing any event. For example, we take an event like sports, of which previously we had an Kenya University Student Association Women National Championship here. I was tasked with the financial aspect of giving allowances to the students, and I will use the same model of which we identify the key areas for an event. For example, if it's an entertainment aspect, we tend to look at the part of the artists. You give them priority. After artists, what another thing we entail to do is the issue of stage, and then there are some materials we need in the way, the issues of promoting the local talents of the university.
How do you plan on doing that?
First of all, the main problem is that when we look at the aspect of motivation, we talk of payment. The Mr.and Miss Maseno event is a very big event, which will come in the mid-July, and the main challenge this office has been facing before I came into the mantle is the payment of the models.
How are we sure that this problem will not be repeated again, this unpayment?
Yeah, I think the main problem is not even the issue of availability of funds. The main problem has not been the issue of the type of leader coming in to serve these people. I can fairly agree with my former predecessor that he did his part. But what failed us as leaders is how can we be accountable? How can we adopt a better system to work for these people? So you have been saying the issue of payment. When you look at the planning of the budget, the payment of the model, even excluding the sponsors, it's there. So the issue is someone coming in at the expense of individual interest to harass negatively what has been allocated for this artist. So what I'm intending to do is, in fact, I'm planning to even increase the amount which they should be paid as models.
Mr. Musa, you handle a very large docket of management of funds.
Yeah.
Is it really realistic that you can actually account for this fund without slipping some to the pockets?
Surely, I can give you that from my own personal consciousness. As a leader and as a student, I believe in a motive that whatever had been given is not something coming from the government. Whatever had been given is not something coming from a contribution. These are money which has been allocated to the students by the students themselves.
For the students.
Because, for the students, if you can put it well. So, you see, this I think usually it's 1,500, every student contributing to student organization of Maseno University Kitty every year. That's the amount of money. And accounting for it will not be a problem for me. The main challenge I'm anticipating, of which I'm ready even to face them, in whatever way, is someone trying to disrupt the planning and someone trying to get their negative issues and ways into the unique system I've brought into this office.
Does this refer to the cartels you mentioned earlier?
Okay, not only the cartels. You know, most of the time people tend to see that cartels are the people who are maybe dressed in a dirty manner. These are very smart people. Most of the time they are leaders. Look at even our national institutional chapter. You have heard of many scandals.
We had a problem with Coca-Cola previously due to mismanagement of funds. How is the situation currently?
Yeah, the issue, first of all, it's on a whole new agenda when you speak about the corporate social responsibility and sponsorship outreach. Is that the Coca-Cola agenda, there had been many problems, but I can outline and give you in a more of a skeleton way. The issue was there was a change of management at the Coca-Cola Equator Bottlers last year, and the coordination was that nothing will happen when there is a change of the management at the Coca-Cola, but that could not account more of the damage and the problem which came out of that event. There was an issue to do with the agreement, of which, if I can get in detail with the issue of agreement, was the issue of the Coca-Cola had a goodwill of sponsoring usually this pageantry for many years. They had been sponsoring it, but the problem was in the agreement, whereby now there was a system malpractice that the Coca-Cola agreed the issue of ticketing should be given to them, it should be entitled to them. It's not something which they forced the management to give it to them, but it was a sort of a positive agreement, of which now, you know, Coca-Cola is a big organization, and when you identify a fault in the system, of which it will not benefit you, of which it may tarnish your organization name of such a big organization, they try to opt out.
So how is the situation currently?
Okay, on 24th of this month, I personally took a personal approach and had a successful meeting with the human resource manager for Equator Bottlers Coca-Cola, that is Ms. Malemba, and we had a fruitful discussion. The deal is on the way. We have reversed whatever has happened, and one thing I can assure you, Coca-Cola will be back, will be bold, and it will be part of Mr.and Miss Maseno for
So,
this event.
You are trying to say that ni Coca-Cola peke yake na ndio kitausi ama kutakuwa na sponsor wengine?
Okay, now, okay, that's a very good question. When you look at some sponsors on the way, I've also talked to Telcom Kenya. I've also they have identified one of the main areas they want to venture in. I've also talked to our main gift sponsors, which they had been doing it in the past, that some of the banks, the Kenya Commercial Bank and Equity Bank. So one thing I would like to anticipate positively from these sponsors is that it will be successful. If it could have been even successful when the sponsors could not have been around, because what I had seen in the system is that the system had allocated for enough funds, be it kama kuna wafadhili, pesa zitakuwa, na kama hakutakuweko na wafadhili, pesa pia zitakuwa. So with the advent of more sponsors showing interest, it will be better and more.
So what has it that we expecting an event?
Yeah. Unajua kulikuwa na mara tarehe 26 tulisikia ati kuna event inafaa ikuje, hiyo opening bash. Kitoko tunasikia mara postpone. Alafu kwanza nikuulize, ni nani anakuja? Ni Nicki Minaj ama ni nani huyu Ken wa Maria? Ni nani anakuja?
Yeah, the issue is first of all it was something to do with the logistical arrangement. You remember that the lecturer strike ended 2 weeks ago, and we planned for the event to be on 26th, of which when we contacted the administration, they informed us that they are just trying to get the system restarted on whatever the lecturer strike which has affected them. So during the logistical plan, arrangement of the event was a bit hectic. It was a bit slow because of some of the student staff, office staff coming from the strike. So that's why we put a bit of adjustment from 26th of this month to the 1st of June. That will be on Friday.
So are you taking advantage of this public holiday?
Yeah, okay. I'm a more Pan-Africanist when we come to that agenda. I don't believe in these issues of national holiday pertaining to what has been affecting our country. We should be more of I'm trying to put a good time for the comrades to enjoy themselves, in that Friday is a national holiday. Yeah, so I can call it, maybe it's just a coincidence.
Okay, so what about the artists?
Yeah, the issue of artists, I think it will be a surprise. But one thing I will assure comrade is that the artist will be someone worthy of the event. Yeah, there will be an artist, but it will be a surprise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, what's after campus politics?
Yani after hii siasa ya kambo unataka kwa mbunge ama MCA huko kwenu, watu wa kwenu wanatarajia kitu kama gani?
Okay, first of all, I would like to make it clear. There had been a rumors in the campus that Hajji is eyeing for a higher position. I'm someone who believes in Pan-Africanist agenda. One of my core role model has been this guy called Thomas Sankara, and I don't see vying for any campus position. Moreover, the Somu position, I will be contented with this. I'm meant to serve legally in a more short way, but to leave a positive legacy. So when you are saying watu wa nyumbani, yeah, I come from the county which is center of Kenya, that is Isiolo County. When you look at the constitution, the coding is 011. So watu wa nyumbani, what I really believe in, I don't believe in more of an elective politics. I believe in more of a policy-oriented politics. They will not be able to see me maybe in the future trying to be their MCA, trying to be their MP, trying to be their senator. I cannot talk about the one for governor. Yeah, but you see, I'm tending to be oriented on the side of the policy. I want to see the Kenyan politics should not be the politics of personality, whereby you see someone when he's getting out of politics, it's as if the whole region is dead. I want to see the kind of politics whereby someone trying to bring in the policy to the system, the policy gets adopted, the policy survives, the policy gives birth to another policy.
Okay.
So I believe in more policy, but if I will start, I will not be starting with the issue of MCA, my brother. I'm tending to use my policy, which should be positive, to go for a higher position.
Okay, sasa nikuulize. Ni nini akijua kuhusu Musa Hajji, vitu unapenda, yani unajua entertainment ni mtu taifa.
Yeah, Musa Hajji, first of all, apart from being a student leader, I'm also an ambassador for Maseno University anti-radicalization campaign. The issue of these students, professional students joining the militia group has been a problem, and I'm at the forefront trying to fight such vices. Hajji, for sports, I'm a cricket player. You know the cricket? Here, Wahindi. Yeah, I play cricket. So from the side of the entertainment, I tend to take entertainment. It's a burudani when they say in Kiswahili, but I tend to take entertainment as a core, good, huge policy at its own new level. So I tend to believe in the results, not what has happened in the process. The process should be positive with its system, but I believe in positive result at all time. Yeah, Hajji, also, when you look at the issues of social responsibility, I'm a volunteer in Kenya Red Cross back at home and also at the Maseno chapter. So I'm a very simple man, of which many students have been trying to make fun sign of me that he's the only Somu leader anaishi kwa hostel. So yeah, that's high.
Na swali lingine, unajua wasichana wameuliza sana. Uko single?
Okay, I don't know how to answer that, but you know, being single is a state of mind. Unaweza kuwa single, but mentally you are engaged. Okay? So I don't know where to put myself in, but one thing I would like to make clear is that I'm afraid to answer that. Yeah.
Okay. So as a parting shot, Mr. Musa, what would you tell us is the expectations from the people who elected you to this position?
Yeah, the expectation has been many. First of all, this is the position. Yeah, we tend to say that the chairmanship is the most powerful position in the campus politics. But when it comes to service delivery, work rate, when it comes to engaging with the students on the ground, then sports and entertainment aspect come at the forefront. Comrades are really people who need entertainment. They are people who are energetic. You tend to find someone who is a Liverpool fan, a football fan, but you tend to find someone also who is hype-minded, someone who loves reggae, someone who loves jazz music, like me. I love jazz. So it carries more of expectations, but what I would like to entail to them is that there will be many coming on the lot, and it will be good, better even than the others. Yeah,
so what would you tell someone who is eyeing your position after you step down?
Okay, I would like to challenge, possibly, God willing, coming September or any other election slated date, is that they should know that being a leader is not some sort of coronation agenda, that you are a leader, that now you can deal with anyone you want, you can try to degrade your morality. Someone who wants to inherit my position should ensure that he or she should be ethical, he or she should be not more interest oriented, but they should be leadership oriented. They should carry this in mind. They should remain poor, but as long as they have delivered to the comrades, they should put the interest of the comrades first. You tend to look most of the time that you will be criticized, you will be given negative agenda because you are trying, personally I'm trying to fight various scopes of whatever has been trying to make the system faulty. So they should expect more. They should, a leader who wants to inherit this position should expect challenges. Ataamshwa saa 9 usiku, DSTV haifanyi kazi, ataamshwa saa 5 usiku that there is a problem to do with the DSTV connection, or you will wait for some agenda that you give an artist unampea shilingi 100, he performs for 5 minutes. So those are some of the challenges we are trying to rectify. Yeah.
So what are some of the values that you've instilled into yourself, somehow into your personal confidential chapter? What are some of the values that hold you to who you are?
Yeah, the main value which has been driving me is the aspect of integrity, transparency, accountability, and moreover, respect for our constitution. There is someone writing the constitution and there is someone following the constitution. But you need to know at the end of the day, even the writer of the constitution should follow the constitution. That has been the main problem when you look even at our national policy agenda, even the political agenda. So what I believe in is integrity, transparency, and accountability. And moreover, believe in God before believing in anything else.
Okay. On the issue of religion, How do you balance between your religion and this position?
Kwanza umefunga.
I will tell you that the main problem which has been facing these dockets and many student leaders is that they tend to forget the aspect of religion when they are entitled to power. They don't understand, we usually don't understand that power comes from the religion, because you cannot be empowered by God without first of all being empowered with the religion. So I'm a Muslim, I'm a practicing Muslim, and most of the time balancing the work has been the main challenge. You tend to find that my own conscience is that I'm someone who is not, I don't take alcohol, I don't take any form of cigarette, I don't take anything which...
You don't abuse drugs?
Yeah, I don't abuse anything which hallucinates drugs. I mean hallucinates one's mind. I don't take it at all. I'm a student who is entitled at the end of the day that I should get first class honors. So it really comes with the aspect of hard work. Many of the leaders, not only in this campus, they believe that when I'm a leader, I can interrupt the system, I can get first class honors, and I can also be called religious. But you tend to find many of the entertainment leaders, you want
the
to
balance
hide.
tips somewhere.
Some of them, there's this name called Mafisi. Those are the challenges which you must face, because you handle a field whereby you are directly in line with comrades' happiness, that is entertainment.
So you're sure your conscience is clean?
Yeah, my conscience is that, of which nilikata kwambia my brother, is that I believe in someone. That's why many of the comrades, they don't see me around with any lady. I believe in someone, of which sitakwambia. Yeah, so that's how I manage.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was so nice to have you, Mr. Musa. I have been your host, Carey, and it was so nice to have you. And please remember to subscribe to Bonyeza Star Online TV for more. Thank you.